Alrighty, how's it going, everyone? We haven't made a video in a while. It's been about a month. So sorry about that. We've been on a little bit of a hiatus. We found a little tripod, so we're going to be using that so we can record a lot more videos. We're going to have videos every Sunday, and that's a guarantee. So without further ado, you already seen in the title of this video what this is about. This is about the Landy bats. This is an updated list with trump card being rotated, and just like the list that I've been tweaking with and playing around with lately. It's running really consistently, and it's doing pretty well so far. I won an LC with it. Yeah, what's up?
How do you feel the deck performs without LTC?
Oh yeah, without LTC. The deck actually took a little bit of a hit because as soon as you discard strong energies, then they're just gone forever. You can't get back your super scoop ups, and you can't get back anything, so you got to be a little bit more careful about your resources. But that's any deck really. It's just going to be a little bit tougher just to do all this. And the deck still does really well. I know Andrew Mahone's list back in St. Louis Regionals didn't run a trump card in the first place, so I know that'll do really well. Alright, so without further ado, I'm going to show you the main backbone of this deck. This is going to be Landorus. I've run two of these, and then I run one Lucario. Alright, the Landorus is good for the snipe damage. If you get Strong Energy, Muscle Band, Fighting Stadium first turn, you're hitting for a whopping 90 damage to the active, and then 30 damage to the bench if it's an EX on the active. Lucario is just a really good backup attacker in case you have to face the Toad. He can hit for 30 for 1 and ignores resistance, which is actually really good against Yveltal. Then for 2 energy, he can Corkscrew Smash, and that's really good if you're having a dead hand but you have energies. And that can definitely help you draw some cards and get your game going a little bit faster. Next we have the star of the show, kind of not really. We play 3 Halucha. Halucha is really good against any EX-based deck, especially Toad, because he attacks for 1 energy for 60 damage to an EX, and that's just really good. Combined with another card that I'm going to show you later, he can hit for really big numbers with so little resources, and he's just a very, very efficient attacker. Next we have the other main point of this entire deck. We have a 4 line of bats. I don't play the 4th Crobat because I needed space, and I never ever actually use all 3 Crobat in one game. And it can really start to fill your hand too much if you get too much Crobats in your hand. And the 4 Golbats because those are really easy to get down. 4 Zubats because you want to get as many of them as play as possible. And then we play 1 Jirachi X, Clutch Supporter Search. It's going to be really good in any kind of tournament because you need to search for that clutch supporter at the end of the game or what have you. A lot of people don't like to play this, but any good player will tell you that this is an essential card in a lot of decks because it can get you out of a sticky situation. And then the tech card we have is the Dene. I originally didn't put this in my list. I thought it wasn't that good of a card. And then I started playing Yveltal a little bit more. I played against it. And that energy short can put in a lot of work. It can do upwards of a 1 shot on an Yveltal, and that's just really good. It can also hit Rayquazas for weakness, and Rayquaza is a deck that's up and coming. So this is definitely going to put in some work against that, unless they play the Altaria, but you know, whatever. Alright, and that's all the Pokemon we have for this. Our supporter line is pretty basic. We have 4 Professor Juniper. Discard Search, pretty good. One of the best supporters in the game right now. Then we play 3 Karina. I know a lot of people don't like to play Karina in this deck, but I find Karina absolutely essential because searching out that really good Super Scoop Up or the VS Seeker for later, or the Computer Search even, just to get out like a Strong Energy is really good. And if you open this in your first turn, you know it's going to be a good game. Then we play 2N. The reason why I only play 2 is because with this deck you want to just draw through all of your stuff and really get your resources out. You want to get all your bats out, you want to get all of your energy out, and just attack for really big numbers. N is more of a conservative supporter, but it's one of the most standard and staple supporters. But I don't feel like you need 4 or 3 because you also have Versus Seeker to get them back. But I do feel they're still absolutely essential in every deck because you can have that hand control. Like if your opponent searches for that clutch Lysandre that's going to get them to game next turn, you got to end that out of their hand. Then we play 2 Lysandre. One of the best supporters in the game, just switching out Pokemon on your opponent's bench that can get you the essential knockout. It can get 4 prize turns. It can get 5 prize turns, sometimes even. We play 1 Colress. I don't play 2 because I need space, and I don't find myself needing it that often, and if I do, I have a VS Seeker for it anyway. So it's just a really good supporter to have in there. I originally didn't play it, but I figured like drawing 10 cards was really good, and especially with Skyfield being a thing now, drawing like 12, 11, that's still really good. We play 1 Teammates. I've seen a lot of people opt not to play Teammates in a lot of their decks, but I find it's a really good card to have because you can search it out with Jirachi, or you have VS Seeker to get it at any time. I originally thought that exact same thing, like, you got to have it at the right time. It's not that worthy, but it actually comes in handy a lot of the times. And then since Trump Card's banning, I decided just to throw in a Xerosic. This helps with the Toad matchup and pretty much anything else I need, but mainly just the Toad matchup. Because this deck does struggle a lot with Toad, believe it or not. Even though I run the Halucha, whatever, Haluchas can be one-shotted by Toads with Verbank and Laser and a Muscle Band. So Xerosic is going to most likely guarantee me a turn of free attacks. And since Trump Card is banned, you can discard the DCs with no worry about them getting them back. And then we play 3 Ultra Balls. Missing that one, yeah, no, it looks so horrible. But just discard search. Thin your deck out a little and search for the Pokemon you need. We play 3 VS Seekers, and yes, they have to be gold. You can't play anything else.
Exactly.
Searching out your supporters that you need. Really good. We play 3 Muscle Bands. You don't need 4 because you don't absolutely need to start with it, and you can manage them really easily. A lot of people haven't been playing Megaphone lately, so I find that running 3 is okay, and you don't run the risk of being like Megaphoned a lot, and they're most likely staying your Pokemon for the rest of the game, until they get knocked out, of course. And then one of the main cards in here, one of the key cards, is 3 Super Scoop Up. Super Scoop Up is essential for getting up your bats and replaying them down to get as much damage on the board as possible. If you have that shitty Jirachi start, then you can pick up the Jirachi and play it again. You can pick up a damaged Landorus, whatever you need. And it's not like AZ. It doesn't discard any cards attached to them. So you can just get all your energy and muscle bands back, and you're good to go again. Then we play 1 Computer Search. Computer Search over Dowsing Machine in this deck because you want to search out strong energies, Lysandre, whatever you need.
Thoughts on Scoop Up Cyclone?
Scoop Up Cyclone is a good option, but you don't want to have a dead hand, and Scoop Up Cyclone can get you a dead hand.
Yeah.
Like, absolutely. Play 1 Professor's Letter, because searching out energy is good. 1 Enhanced Hammer. A lot of people don't ever see this card coming, and it's a nice little tech to throw in, because if you're just getting overrun by a bunch of cards, like let's say you Xerosic off a DC from a Toad, then they don't Quaking Punch on the turn, but they have a DC on a Toad on the bench, then you can just Enhanced Hammer that one and then get rid of more special energy. It's a really good card to have, and I find it almost essential to run at least 1 in all of my decks, personally. Then I run 2 Fighting Stadium and 1 Silent Lab. Originally, this was just 3 Fighting Stadium, and then through playing, I found that Silent Lab is actually one of the best cards that I can play in here, because it stops Shaman, it stops Wobbuffet, and it stops Halucha's ability, which can actually come in handy a lot, because I've been seeing a lot of Manectric being played. So if you just attach a Strong Energy Muscle Band to Halucha with a Silent Lab in play, then you're doing 200 to a Manectric for just 1 energy. And that is just insane. Fighting Stadium helps with the other EX matchups that you can have, and just helps get more damage on board. Pretty simple stuff. It's a good counter Stadium also. And now for energy, we play 4 Strong Energy, and we play 5 Fighting. Yeah, I need to get these all, the energy all matched up, but whatever. I was originally running 5 Fighting Energy, but I found out by no surprise that I was running out of energy too quickly, and that 5th energy is always clutch most of the time. 4 Strong Energy because you want to max out on the damage output, so you want to max out on the damage output that you can get. Thank you all for watching. Let me know what you guys think about this list in the comments below. I'm going to have this uploaded as soon as possible, and I'm going to be playing around with this deck a lot. I'm going to be tweaking it a lot. I have an LC tomorrow. I might not be able to film tomorrow, but I will have this video up tomorrow, and like I promised, like every day. So, thank you all for watching. Have a good day.